Hey, what's going on, everybody? I thought I'd take a moment to talk to you all. I've been kind of mulling over my retirement strategies, different life perspectives, and you get to thinking, and sometimes you get to thinking too hard, too much, trying to plan it all out, trying to make it all happen, and it can get overwhelming. I know I feel it. And, sometimes perspective is important. And I try to follow a few different people online and get their perspective and their interest in it. And what processes they're going through that's getting them to that retirement phase, and how they're locking in I don't know, how do you say it? Locking in the process that's going to work for them, that's going to get them to their retirement. And I constantly am going over in my head, what am I going to do? How am I going to prepare? What am I putting in place now that will be available for me when it's time to retire? And can I do it early? Can I get something in place now and retire before I have to wait until I'm 62 and collect Social Security? And I think that for me, my process has some merit as far as trying to work and travel at the same time, being a travel nurse. I think that I can make that work for a while, but because it's hit and miss, as far as like my plan is to work for, let's say 10 weeks on an assignment in a location and be able to explore that area while I'm there, and then make enough money to be able to go and explore other areas for a while, maybe 4 to 8 weeks, 1 to 2 months, and then start another assignment at a new location, and then work that location for 8 to 10 weeks, make some money, and explore that area, and then move on again. So it's kind of like working part-time, but I won't have to necessarily just be a 3-day-a-week worker and that's it. I can be a full-time worker for a specific amount of time and then not work at all. The goal is to not work at all. But along this process of running these numbers through my head, I do have other things. I have other obligations that are in place, and until I'm clear of those obligations, I don't see a possibility of happening. One is that my 93-year-old father lives with me, and he is still a card shark. He still can get up, make his own breakfast, and shower and shave himself, and the whole 9 yards. He's very functional for 93, which a lot of people don't see. Most of the time, they're on their deathbed well before that, or they're on an oxygen tank or a walker or whatever. He's got a cane. That's it, for balance. So he's doing exceptionally well, but he's had a few strokes, and those strokes can have caused some minimal cognitive issues. What I'm not willing to do is put him in a nursing home. So as a nurse, I know what it's like in those places, and I'm sure there's some wonderful places, but they are filled with people, and people have flaws, and people have their own agendas and their own issues. And as long as I am capable, I'm going to care for him, and I'm going to make sure that he's cared for. He deserves it. He was a wonderful father, and I will have nothing but the best for him. And if that means keeping him in my home and caring for him until the day he dies, then that's what I'm going to do. I know that one of his sisters and his brother both lived till 96, so he's definitely got some longevity in him, which maybe I've got some in me too, which means I'm only halfway to the end at 54. But that's an obligation that doesn't have much leeway in. Now, if something catastrophic happened and he was beyond the capabilities of my care or my wife's care at home, that's a whole different story. But as of right now, it's not possible. Now, we have taken him out in the RV and done a week-long trip down in Lower Alabama, and we had a wonderful time. But taking him out of his comfort zone and out of his routine it affected him. And anybody who has had an elderly parent or an elderly person, you know that routine is important. They know where the bathroom is, even in the middle of the night. They're familiar with their surroundings. They're the newspaper that shows up every day, or they're being able to go into their room and turn on cable TV and watch the local news. Whatever their routine is, he was missing that. And being on the road creates a lot of randomness. And we did it. We made it through, but I could tell that it affected him. And so my wife and I decided together that that wasn't what was best for him, regardless of if we wanted to get on the road now. It's not what's best for him. So we're going to wait. Now I have a second obligation, and that's to my wife. And you guys haven't had a chance to meet her yet. Some of those who know me know that my wife has suffered from some health problems. And she continues to suffer from those health problems. And she has her good days, and she has her bad days. And right now she's having bad days. And it makes us look deep into what retirement's going to look like. Are we going to be able to retire the way we want to enjoy life, or we're going to be bouncing from doctor to doctor all the time, dealing with health problems? I'm not going to get into specific details, but just know that there are enough that keeps her from being able to work, and sometimes it keeps her from being able to function at home very well. Every day can be a challenge for her, and especially when I'm at work and she's home taking care of Dad, making his meals and playing cards with him, going to the mailbox and getting his newspaper. Even the most basic things can be very difficult for her. So it's just another, I don't want to say roadblock, because I think the road has many lanes. But it is something that we have to consider in retirement. And a lot of people that I follow that are retiring, it's not always couples. It's just an individual who is planning their life based on, what they have and what they want. This is a couples thing. This is us retiring. And so it has to be a plan for the both of us. So it's been weighing on my shoulders, all these things, these responsibilities, along with trying to get things in place and hoping that the future will look good, that I put stuff into place now so that in 4 or 5 years, maybe my wife's health is better, and maybe my dad is in a better place, nursing home or passed away, whatever. Who knows what's going to happen in 5 years? Fucker might outlive me. I don't know. But I want to keep him around as absolutely long as possible. Um, but putting that stuff in place, that's kind of the goal right now, is just making sure that I am taking care of my financial obligations, the house, the vehicle, and the RV, getting everything paid off, and being consistent or more than consistent with the payments if I can, and possibly a financial venture that will help me in the future, like purchasing a duplex and getting some type of return on that investment, or maybe buying a piece of land that I can fall back to or park my RV on. I've kind of gone more than one way with that, and it's really hard to come to a determination. I almost feel like I'm going to have to probably just pick something. I can't pick both. If I get a piece of land and I can develop it enough to have water, electricity, and park my RV there, that can sustain me for a long time. And if I'm living there, I can rent my house out, and that's a source of income. If I buy a duplex, I can rent it out, and I might get, if I'm lucky, if I do it right, I might get a return on that investment as well. It might not be a lot, but the longer that I own it, the more the mortgage is being paid down, and therefore the value, the return on my investment is better. So if I buy it for $250,000 and in 5 years I only owe $200,000, well, there's $50,000 in equity. If that's what it still sells for. That's the other problem. You never know. You hope. And so that's where, because I keep going back and forth in my head, like, well, that's not a for sure thing, because the economy can dump and crash, and then the house wouldn't sell for what you'd want it to. But somebody always has to have somewhere to live, so renting it out might not be an issue per se. So I could probably always keep it paid for. I just wouldn't be able to sell it for a profit. Or the economy could be great, or just marginally move like it has been, and in 5 years or more, it's worth significant more than what I paid for. And that's a great investment. And property has always been a great investment. So it is something I'm greatly considering, owning a duplex or something like that, or a single family home that I can rent out. However, if I buy a piece of property that I want to develop just to have an RV on, or a small cabin or something like that, something to retire to, that property is also always going up. And if I don't buy it now, same property I'd love to have later might be more expensive, and I might not be able to afford it later. So that's another consideration. So I feel like, I should buy something now so I'm secure, regardless of what happens in the future. But it does not have a return on investment unless I planned on selling it, and I wouldn't. I want to buy something that's going to be a forever home. Hell, even my kids have talked about, if I get a piece of property, it's 5 or 10 acres or something, that they would build something and live there as well. And I would love that as well. So, I don't know, what do you think? Put something in the comments about what you would do different, or if you would do one or the other, and why. Why would you decide on the duplex, and what makes you think that would be the better idea versus buying a small piece of property and, retiring to that, and keeping the house that I'm in now, obviously, and renting it out, or maybe even being able to fall back to that. My wife sometimes says, let's just sell it all and take the money and run. We'll go travel and we'll buy a piece of property. And I said, yeah, but the money will run out. And that's the problem. I don't want the money to run out. I would like to have a steady stream of income. And that's not always something that's possible. So, see what I mean by there being a lot of choices and not knowing what to do? So, I do need some guidance. I don't really have a lot of people in my ear saying what they think they would do or how they're going to do it. Once again, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I do not have a 401k worth of salt. I do not have a pension. I am what I have, what my house, my RV, and a little bit of money. A little bit, not enough to live off of. Um, and so I'm trying to put something in place that's going to help me. My wife has a small income, and I will have a small income in 7 years when I collect Social Security. But combined, it's barely going to be enough to live off of. So, yeah, throw your thoughts in the comments. I'm a little tilted, aren't I? Throw your thoughts in the comments of what you think you would do. And let me know. I just arrived to my destination, so I'm going to get off of here. It's good talking to you. And don't forget to like and subscribe because that helps the channel. And it's the only way I'm going to get it to grow. You can even share it if you want to. That would be great. There's a little curved arrow thing at the bottom there for sharing. And that's going to help me a lot too. Be good humans. I'm going to holler at you later.